you're choosing two cards, how many outcomes are there? Fundamental counting principle, the thing you will learn in the first day of combinatorics. How many things can go in that spot? 52 cards in your first choice. How many cards in your second choice? 51 because it says without replacement, right? So whatever that multiplies to something or other, 26, 52 or whatever. That's going to be the total number of outcomes. It's probably also going to be the denominator when you work on this. This event is first card is a face card. This event is second card is a face card. If you want to know this, the chance of getting a face card first and a face card second, you can use the individual probabilities. Instead of writing out all the possible outcomes, there's other ways to do it. This is not the only way, but one way to do it is to say, what's the chance of getting a face card first? What is the chance of getting a face card first? Out of the 52 cards, how many are face cards? 12. Now, this is chance of getting a face card second, given that you got a face card first. Think of the bottom. When you're writing out conditional probabilities, always think of the denominator, the total number of outcomes. It is 51, right? How many of those remaining cards now are face cards? 11, right? So it's going to give you 132 out of 2652. This is one approach to working out probability problems like this. Splitting up, if you have and, splitting up into the two individual probabilities. Can you try and approach this the same way here? Problem 2, you're not given symbols to use here. I would like you to make up your own symbols, like H for heart and not H for not a heart, okay, or whatever, as you work through that. Do part B here. Do the other stuff. Work through this and see what you can do. I will put some answers up in a little bit that you can check. Pause. I'm not sure what symbols you use for, well, first of all, actually up here, if you want a chance of not A and B occurring, you can either just use the formula and write this out or just think about what has to be, right? Chance of not A not occurring times chance of B given that A does not occur. Write out the two fractions, multiply it out. The one down below here, I think it's easier when you start to use some symbols here. It's easier to kind of put together what you need to do. What's the probability that both cards are hearts? So you want both cards are hearts. Heart first and a heart second. You can work that out by saying it's a chance of getting a heart first times a chance of getting a heart second, given that you got a heart first. So if you think about what those two fractions are, chance of getting a heart first is 13 out of 52, and then you have the chance of getting a heart second after you already got a heart first is 12 hearts left out of 51. You multiply that out and whatever it equals here. Somebody got a number for that? I'm sure you can multiply those out for yourself. Oh yeah, I should know that. Neither card is a heart. In what you want here is probability of not getting a heart first and not getting a heart second. So what that's equal to is, again, same thing, right? Chance of not getting a heart first times chance of not getting a heart second given you did not get a heart first. I know that maybe at this point you're thinking the symbols are unnecessary, but it helps when it's not just simple things you can work on with fractions here. Not getting a heart first is 39 out of 52, and then you have 38 out of 51. Again, something out of 2652. 82. Okay, thank you. This one here, there's some cases involved. Exactly one of the two cards is a heart. If you just multiply out fractions and say, I have to do, chance of getting a heart first times chance of getting a heart second, or sorry, not getting a heart second. You want one or the other. There's two different ways it can happen, right? There's two cases here. Two cases. You can get a heart first and not get a heart second, or you can get not a heart first and a heart second. You got to include both of those, right? So you want chance of heart first and not a heart second, plus, because of the or, the other case, which is not getting the heart first and getting the heart second. Both of those cases, you can write. You can use the formula to figure out each one here, but the and here, right? So you want heart first times not heart second, given you got a heart first, plus the other one here. If you want to just write this out here, the fractions, that's fine as well. If you want to use the symbols to do each of those, that's also good. 13 out of 52 times not getting a heart second is 39 out of 51. This one is going to be 39 out of 52 times 13 out of 51. Those are the same. This and this are the same. So if you were on top of it here, you could just realize those two cases are the same. I could have figured out one of them and multiplied it by 2. Anybody done that and tell me what it is? 2652. That's them together or each one separately?
Separately, it's 500.
Okay. 507, 507. If you just multiply out two fractions, it's saying it's going to happen in that order. If you just multiply out 13 out of 52 times 39 out of 51, you're saying it's going to happen in that order, the heart, then the non-heart. You got to consider both cases. Okay, there's two cases to consider there. Some other problems here for you to work on. Similar kind of things. You might have to consider some cases. All right. Can you use the time you have left here to finish those remaining things? And then we're going to move on to think about 7.5 after lunch.